Welcome to Tallahassee, Florida, and Doak Campbell Stadium, home to some great Heisman Trophy winners, legendary coaches, and today the Seminole War chant will be rocking this place. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Florida State Seminoles. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense getting set for first down. Run it with the fullback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's Glenn. Makes the grab on the left. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Ward or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
Sticks it in his belly. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Looking to pass. It's Glenn. Makes the grab over the middle. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Just leaves him grabbing air as he gets down to the 35.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Okay, 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll go to the ground. The Seminoles will move the sticks. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with work done, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years at Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
Not just hard-nosed running, that's cement-nosed running as he gets it to the 25.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. What a move to get home for the sack. When the Irish get to the quarterback, sometimes you think Rudy, but this time you think a dude.
A dude. And listen, the more guys you get like this that can put his hand in the dirt and go get the quarterback, the easier it becomes to call defense. That guy is an absolute stud.
He's going for it all. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. Third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the field goal unit is on the field. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a 53-yard attempt. And he missed it. No good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. RPO complete to open the drive. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Notre Dame right back to the line. Looking for a crease to the left. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on third down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. Third and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on third downs.
Delivers the stiff arm. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Quick strike complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. It is getting loud as this crowd tries to help its defense. Running back searching for a hole. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll try the run. Lowers those pads. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Irish. After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this week.
Listen, and when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Where are my other guys? You got to get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football and make sure you get them on the ground.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Notre Dame, 7, Florida State, 0.
He's going to bring it out from deep. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Here on 2nd and short. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Give to the big fullback. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Looking for a man, it's Glenn. Coming after it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. He fires to the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll take another shot here. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this and you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Slips through the line. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Polly.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Young. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile. He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another day.
It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. On the option. Now the toss. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Into traffic, it's picked off. Got some room to run. He's at the 40, the 20, the 10, and he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown Seminoles. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone. Your eyes get big as saucers. Go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. BYU was far from the friendly confines of LaVell Edwards Stadium, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here come the Irish, back on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
At the 35, he's open. Afterburner's coming. Running inside the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a chance. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
First and 10.
Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the third on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground.
And the Notre Dame offense will take over. First and 10.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. In modern college football, Jesse, if there's time, there's an opportunity to attack.
And I like them being aggressive here too, guys. Look, they practiced this all week long. Now you're in that situation to go out there, have some fun, and let it fly.
And defenses are taught to stay deep, play prevent in these situations. So I think you could get a good chunk play and then possibly get a field goal to tack on before the half.
They'll snap it from the 30 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. And it's picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. The 20. Touchdown, no! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Seminoles will kick it off to start the second half. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean,
can anyone catch him? The 40, the 30, 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And that one will put him up here in the second half.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Plummer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit in this one.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays, and if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Handoff to the fullback. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
And listen, obviously, you know, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? And that's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but his defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Wants to throw on 3rd. Catch in the middle, it's locked. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Wants to throw on second down. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. Touchdown, Irish! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
Number 17.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. North Carolina ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those Carolina blue unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they always going to take a shot at the DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
To the air, it's Glenn. Throws to the tight end. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Grabbed over the middle. It's McCoy. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
Wide receivers, you know, they might at least have a hint of diva in them, right? Like they're always open, aren't they, according to them? And I tell you what, it's hard to be a quarterback because when they do throw that hand up there, you want to throw them the football. You want them to have confidence. You want to force feed them. You want them to really have that confidence at an all-time high. Sometimes you force them a little bit too much. The defense takes advantage like they did right there.
He wants to go deep. Ball in the air, intercepted. He goes out of bounds. A turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
The give to the fullback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 on play. Second down coming up.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback checking off. Quick pass on the fly motion. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Looking downfield, it's Glenn. Finds his big tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Notre Dame 28, Florida State 14.
And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. And they get the sack just like that.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago. Now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down.
Here we go.
Quarterback checking the play. Wants to fire on second down. Looking to the big tight end. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up third down.
All right, QB, I got to trust you, man. You already threw 1 pick. Now that one probably should have picked. You got to give me a reason to feel confident I can drop back and let you throw the football again. Or else this leash maybe gets a little bit short. Maybe we start warming up the righty in the bullpen.
Looking for a huge play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
That's good enough for a first down.
Now on first down from the 28. The give to the left. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. Notre Dame right back to the line. To the ground. He's got it again. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Going for the return. He doesn't get it back to the 25. He's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Dropping back, it's Glenn. Finds his tight end. Gives him the big stiff arm. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Fullback's got it. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
That's why this guy's a good, strong safety. You've got to be able to affect the running game. You've got to be able to play in the box close to the line of scrimmage and make tackles. That time, good stop on the fullback.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the 4th quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Looking to throw for it. Fires into traffic, picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And they're able to get him on the ground. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he's going to run it back. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what?
And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Irish! They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He's got his man. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
Seminoles will take over 1st and 10.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took it.
He's going to let it go. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Back to throw, it's Glenn. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. The play action fake. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Takes it the other way. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Notre Dame! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Alabama rolled to victory, flexing an offensive muscle that almost reminded folks of the record-setting team led by Mac Jones, Najee Harris, and Devontae Smith. 60 minutes of football and a
Can they catch him? He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Florida State. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up. It's because of that awesome kickoff return.
They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Fleming. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Number 5.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He's looking to throw. He makes the grab in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. I don't think it would have killed him to kick it there. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Use the play fake, now to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Second down after the offense recovered its own fumble. From his end zone, looking to throw, got to take care of the ball. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple weeks, especially the next week at practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them. Or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Going up top on first down. He's taking the shot. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. And now on second down for this offense. Defense in press coverage. Fast motion from the offense. On second down, looking again to throw. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Wide out in motion. On third down, going up top. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
This quarterback part of their running game. Into the end zone for the two-point conversion as they extend the lead. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. Punting on first down, but why though? Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll start this drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Offense in the hurry up. He's looking for a man on second down. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He holds it in, and nobody's close. He's loose down the left side. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And with that touchdown, I would say this one is out of reach.
It is out of reach. A lot of coaches pull their starters, start to build some of that depth, put some other guys in. But listen, keep playing, keep executing. Their job is stop it.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
21.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Nothing says my offense stinks like punting on first down. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you play the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field. All the speed on the field for that punt coverage team. And you could tell they caught up with him to force the fumble.
And it'll be down right there.
Nice job. Had a little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
And what is this? They're setting up the punt on first down. And this kick will be marked down just inside the 45-yard line.
He could go off. Oh, man, really? Coughing it up. Looked like he was going to do some damage, take that thing back to the house, and instead he coughs it up and gives it to the other team.
And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
Hand goes into the air for the fair catch, and the catch is made around the 40. Here come the Irish back on offense. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such a high level, Dave.
Yeah, just dominate the football game. And now, listen, it's mode where I can run the football, run out the clock, watch this game go to zeros and get the dub.
And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just dominant.